Hi, Joe Tramontano here to talk a little bit about paradiddles. And I want to actually talk about and demonstrate them to a certain extent because they really help me to do a whole lot with very, very little. I started taking lessons about 6, 7 years after I started playing on my own. And two books that I actually could never forget that really got me started were Stick Control and Around the Drums with Paradiddles. Both of these books are older than dirt, but they both really helped me to start, and they're probably, this one's probably out of print. You really can't get this, but it's more of a conversation piece than anything. But because it's so basic, it was a good one for me that I still use to this very day just to go back to basics. Basically, with this book, it helped me with the snare. This one helped me to break it up around the snare, the tom, and the floor tom with the bass drum in a very, very easy way. And then from then on, with a little band experience and meeting certain people, there was a guy that taught me something else about paradiddles that was really very unique. I don't think anybody else really ever showed me this to this day. It was basically playing them on your feet with your right foot, the bass drum being the right of the paradiddle, and obviously the hi-hat stepping on it being the left part, playing it as a 16th note. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and so on. And it's very repetitive. However, you play that with your feet and you play quarter notes with your right and left hands. 1 to 4 on the rock ride with your right hand, 2 and 4 on the snare with your left. However you really like to play, okay? And the freaky thing that he showed me was how to alternate it to the next note on the 16th notes that you play with your feet after every 4 measures. And then if you really wanted to challenge yourself, do it every 2 measures to every 1 measure. And the more frequently you change it within the increments, the more shorter you make it, the harder it gets. So just to basically explain, it will basically be like this. 1 E end to 2 E end to 3 E end to 4 E end to 1 E end to 2 E end to 3 E end to 4 E end to 1 E end to 2 E end to 3 E end to 4 E end to 1 E end to 2 E end to 3 E end to 4 E end to 1 E end to 2 E end to 3 E end to 4 E end to. Now, when I first tried to do that, I wanted to eat my shoe. I was really going out of my mind because it was really a very difficult thing to do. And even at that point, I think I was a little bit more advanced. So that's pretty much the reason why, personally, it really was something that kind of frustrated me, but I was determined to learn it. And I had already learned how to do 5-way independence, but I had already been experienced enough. But when this guy showed me that thing, that freaky thing with the 16th notes, it really bugged my mind out. But enough of my yakking. Let me just show you how it is on the drum set. Okay, now that's obviously something that's not meant to be showy. It's not like, hey guys, check out this really great thing. Because it's not. It sounds very awkward, it sounds very clumsy, but you can identify the placement of everything. And from then on, that's something that I would usually do. If I was to do like a very busy Latin beat where I knew I was going to incorporate paradiddles or maybe even a funk groove, which is something I kind of picked up from one of the method books of Steve Gadd. It's a book called Up Close, Steve Gadd Up Close. And it came with a CD, which I think is still in print too. You can actually still get it. But for a few bands, I actually incorporated that. And it was really a really cool way to just do a whole lot, just in a little, But basically what I'll show you now is just, how a paradiddle can really work with a Latin feel and also a funk groove. And then one other unique thing that I really also learned was with triplets, by accident, playing a 6/8 feel or kind of like a 3/4 or 6/8 feel, controlled sticking, playing the triplets continuously, like with controlled sticking. In other words, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. But it's really kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, it basically what happens is you're really playing triplets. But what you're really doing is you're controlling the stick. The sticking is controlled in a sense that it's a right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left pattern, but it's just a triplet. It's not a paradiddle. But because the sticking resembles that, it's done that. It's almost like an offset paradiddle to triplets. Here, watch. You know, it's really just controlled. That's controlled sticking. It's really not a paradiddle, but it has the same sticking pattern as a paradiddle, which was something that really kind of tripped me out. I mean, I couldn't really believe it, but at the same time, using it and really developing a relaxed feel was something that was almost habitual. And it was just something I might have heard, because I also tend to listen to, and always did listen to, like a lot of big band jazz, 1950s, you know, because my late parents actually always listened to that. They always listened to like a lot of 1950s, big band, just about everything in between, from that to like 60s rock on my mother's side anyway. But basically, it's the same thing, though. It's the same kind of sticking pattern. But to close off, I will say that it was really, paradiddles were the gateway to really kind of like open up to a plethora of a whole bunch of other different things. There are a lot of other drummers I've seen that can alternate and do the most inhumane things that I think were possible that a human being can do with a paradiddle. And watching them and a lot of other great drummers, you know, you kind of feed off of that. Had one even that I would tell, I basically, you know, there's a lot of stuff that I stole that from you, and he would say, like, I hope so, So I guess one person compliments the other. Hopefully I really did, based on, people watching this who may have seen me play. And I hope you really did get something out of this. But until then, rock on.